The world loves a people pleaser. We're taught from a young age to be nice, to smile, to make friends, to go along with the crowd. It's what gets us through school. It helps us land a first job. It makes family dinners a little less awkward. For so long, we believe that our value comes from how others see us, from how much we're liked. We chase approval like it's the last piece of cake. Maybe you're feeling it right now, that subtle pressure, the need to say yes when you really want to say no. The habit of nodding along even when you disagree. It's a habit we form early. A survival mechanism, really. We want to belong. We want to be part of the group. But what happens when that habit starts to wear you down? When the constant effort to be likable feels less like a shield and more like a heavy cloak? Life changes as we get older. The milestones blur. The path forward isn't always clear. In our 20s, we're busy. We're building things. We're building careers. We're building relationships. We're working hard to figure it all out. Our 30s are a blur of responsibility. Juggling a job, raising a family, trying to stay afloat. And then something shifts. You hit your 40s. It's not a finish line, it's the halfway point. It's the main act. The first part of life was a dress rehearsal. Now, the real show begins. But for a lot of us, it doesn't feel like a grand opening. It feels quiet. Maybe a little boring. The same routine, day in and day out. The same struggles, the same conversations. You start to feel like a character in a movie you've already seen, and you wonder, is this all there is? Is this the reward for all that hard work? It's a common feeling, this sense of discontent. It's not that you're ungrateful, it's that something is missing, something feels hollow. We often think the answer is to look for something new. A new hobby, a new trip, a new person to impress. We try to fill that emptiness with things from the outside. But what if the problem isn't out there? What if the problem is that we've been looking in the wrong place for so long? What if we've forgotten how to look inside? This isn't just about a midlife crisis. This is about a quiet rebellion, a turning point. It's about taking the weight of your life and moving it from the outside to the inside. From the opinions of others to your own inner peace. Think about it. We spend so much energy worrying about what people think. We choose our clothes based on what's fashionable. We decorate our houses based on what's trendy. We even pick our friends based on who seems cool or successful. We're constantly asking, what should I do? What do they want? How can I be better for them? But we rarely ask, what do I want? What do I think? What makes me happy? It's a simple question, but it's also the most important one. The truth is, your life is your own. It belongs to you and only you. This might sound obvious, but we live in a world that constantly tells us otherwise. We are a product of our culture, our families, our friends, our jobs. We're told to fit in, to conform, to be a part of the greater whole. And while community is important, individuality is essential. We are not just plants in a garden, all grown to be the same height and color. We are each unique. We have our own quirks, our own thoughts, our own inner worlds. If you don't acknowledge your uniqueness, you start to feel like a ghost. You're there, but you're not really there. You're just a reflection of other people's expectations, and that's a lonely place to be. It's no wonder we feel so empty. We're not living our own lives, we're living someone else's. This is the moment to stop, to take a breath, to ask yourself, who am I really? Not, who do I want people to think I am? But, who am I when no one is watching? The journey starts with you. It's a simple act. An act of rebellion, an act of self-care. It's about accepting that you are a complex, messy, and perfectly imperfect human being. It's about letting go of the idea that you have to be perfect. You don't. You just have to be you. This is the power of Schopenhauer's philosophy. He said that a person who relies on the opinions of others is a slave. And he's right. When you live for applause, you are a slave to the audience. When you live for validation, you are a slave to the validator. True freedom comes from within. It comes from the quiet confidence that you are enough. You don't need a crowd to tell you who you are. You already know. So how do you start? You start by doing things for yourself. Not for a partner, not for your kids, not for your boss, not for your friends, but for you. Maybe you love to read. Go to the bookstore. Don't just look at the bestseller list. Go to the back corner. Find a book that speaks to you. Maybe it's a genre you've never tried before. A history book, a book of poetry, something that sparks your curiosity. Or maybe you love to cook. Not for a Thanksgiving dinner, but just for you. Get a few special ingredients. Take your time. Put on some music. Make a beautiful meal just for yourself. It's not about the result, it's about the process. It's about the joy of doing something for the simple pleasure of it. Not because you have to, but because you want to. Another thing to think about is your relationships. We all have those friends. The ones who drain you, the ones who are constantly negative, the ones who make you feel small. We keep them in our lives out of a sense of obligation, because we've known them forever, because we don't want to hurt their feelings. But what about your feelings? You have a limited amount of energy. It's a precious resource. You have to decide where to spend it. Think about relationship cleanup. Not in a mean way, but in a thoughtful way. You don't have to have a big confrontation. You can simply create a little space. Maybe you don't answer their texts right away. Maybe you're busy when they call. Over time, you'll find that you have more energy, more time, more peace. It's not about cutting people off. It's about protecting yourself. It's about choosing who you want to share your life with. The most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. When you start to prioritize yourself, you realize something. You are the only person you can truly rely on. It's a powerful realization, and it's a liberating one. You no longer need to seek approval. You no longer need to please everyone. You can just be. This doesn't mean you become a hermit. It just means you learn to be comfortable in your own company. You learn to enjoy solitude. You learn to love your own thoughts, and when you can do that, you're never truly alone.